Small-scale cross-border trade accounts for about 35% of the total trade in the Common Market for East and Southern Africa, COMESA free trade area. Despite the wealth of potential, small and medium enterprises, SMEs, often face challenges relating to access to information, public-private dialogue, capacities to meet sanitary and phytosanitary SPS standards, and lack of regional policies in favor of value chains development.
The challenges SMEs in the COMESA region face are an enabling environment, infrastructure, access to finance, and so on and so forth. The RECAMP program is working with national authorities on the policy level so that the SMEs in the different regions can access the advantage of having regional policies in place and regional standards as well.
SMEs in Rwanda face a lot of challenges, and if we start by those critical challenges that we face, and those include high cost of production, and you know Rwanda, as based on geographical location, it is a landlocked country, which makes it so difficult to access raw materials for those SMEs. But also they face a lot of challenges in terms of accessing to finance, because they lack access to good collaterals and also the high cost of lending rates. But also we can say that in terms of complying with standards, our SMEs still face a lot of challenges in knowing what kind of standards to follow, how to comply it, and they find it very complex and also expensive to comply with them.
When it comes to challenges which SMEs are facing within the COMESA region, there might be a number, but I'll just maybe single out two. One is to do with the access to financing. Market information, it's also another challenge that is there, but all of these are being addressed. So this is more of a uniform kind of a challenge within the COMESA region.
Some of the challenges which I faced were lack of capital and lack of accessing certain markets. We are still growing as a business. There are certain markets which we have been able to access, and we are looking forward to grow in those markets which we think we can do better.
In 2019, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA Secretariat, and the European Union, EU, signed a grant contribution agreement for the Regional Enterprise Competitiveness and Access to Markets Program, RECAMP, focusing on 3 specific value chains including horticulture, agro-processing, and leather products.
My name is Mshuka Kamwela. I'm the EDF Program Manager at COMESA Secretariat. Our primary support on the RECAMP is in 3 value chains, that is horticulture, agro-processing, leather and leather products. The core support is to facilitate for these SMEs to find markets in the region and also outside the region. I would give an example of one of our implementing partners on the program, that is COMESA Federation for Women in Business, COMFWEB, that has focused on direct support for women and youth-led businesses.
I wish to mention here that we have trained about 524 entrepreneurs. These are women and youth entrepreneurs in the COMESA member states.
It's because of the capacity building that we provide. That is the approach we use. We ensure that they are capacitated to access the market. Not only do we focus on SMEs, but we are also focusing on institutions and government authorities, where we are making sure that we provide them the skills, this knowledge, they'll be able to use it and sustain it beyond the program.
But also capacity in terms of knowing what to do, how to start a business. Most of them started a business without business plans, which actually hinder them in terms of management and also cash flows. So I think on the other side, SMEs really The challenges are like in twofold, their side, but also on the government-related field.
The creation of CFTA makes it an advantage for SMEs like Shungu Creation to penetrate neighboring countries to trade their products. With the project, we are implementing the RECAMP project, which is being supported under COMESA through the EU EDF funded project. It has helped to create awareness to our SMEs on various markets for their products across borders.
My name is Toira Jalakasi. I'm the Managing Director for Naturals Limited. We are suppliers of baobab products, including juices, baobab powder, baobab oil, and mangoes. I participated in the RECAP program here in Malawi last year, which was a training on how to access international markets. Among the things that we were taught, for me, a takeout from there was how to get the information from the international market and how you can utilize that information to ensure that you are able to access the international markets.
Well, in terms of the outcomes of the program is really ensuring that the SMEs are able to access the market. For example, one of the key gaps that we found when we started the implementation is that SMEs and private sector had lack of skills and knowledge to address or to deal with issues related to SPS. So those are the things that we focused on. We did do a lot of training on SPS issues so that they'll be able to identify these SPS issues, address these SPS issues so that their products become viable on the market. The objective of the EU in supporting the RECAMP project is to enhance SMEs, to put forward the public-private dialogue when it comes to regional standards, and to have more SMEs participate in the regional value chain. And ultimately, they can also access the continental value chain. The African Continental Free Trade Area can help the growth of SMEs in the sense that they can access a market as big as 1.2 billion people, and also they constitute 80% of businesses in the region.
The overall objective of RECAMP is to contribute to the deepening of regional economic integration in the COMESA region and specifically to increase private sector participation in sustainable regional and global value chains.
The RECAMP program is working with national authorities on the policy level so that the SMEs in the different regions can access the advantage of having regional policies in place and regional standards as well.
The EU has done a lot on the issues of access to markets and also at the very same time on information within the value chains that are there, because there has been a boom with a number of SMEs doing value addition. And under that, we have seen a number of products. These are coming out from the initiative that the EU has contributed through a number of means and a number of ways. So, like here in Malawi, I can talk of Linga Wine. Linga Wine benefited from initiatives under the European Union. It's a company which is doing well. It's an SME that has even penetrated into other regional markets. You go to Zambia, they are able to export to Zambia. So these are some of the SMEs that can single them out to have benefited under such an arrangement.
RECAMP has successfully transformed businesses for the private sector and many SMEs in the COMESA free trade area. They have been equipped with skills contributing to the development of competitive SMEs across the region. The EU strategy to boost intra- and inter-regional trade, which has been implemented through COMESA over the last 20 years, has led to improvements in trade facilitation, regulations, and quality control, leading to improvements in trade statistics and competitiveness of SMEs, among other things, and hopes to build upon what RECAMP has achieved thus far.